I'm Anna Ferrier, and I have the honor of being the Executive Director of Cooking with Kids. The Super Chefs was created about 15 years ago, and about 5 years ago, one of the chefs, who was a new dad at the time, said, hey, I have this fun idea. Wouldn't it be fun as a promotional campaign to highlight the importance of big people and little people collaborating in the kitchen? Wouldn't it be fun to just dress up my little guy like me? And this particular chef has tattoos and he has a very distinctive look. And so it took a few years to get that going, but we worked with Gabriella Marks and Robert Nachman, some incredibly creative people, and started the Big Little project. And the first iteration of that is the Big Chef, Little Chef.
We take for granted that we know how amazing this program is. We just assume people know, and over time we've realized, you know what, this really does matter. It's important to tell the story to new people and to actually share what we have here. And one of the ways that we've been doing that recently is the Big Little Project, an amazing photography project with Gabriella Marks and Robert Nachman.
I think that we have Christian to blame, Chef Christian. I think somehow, sort of spontaneously, Anna and I were talking with Christian about it, and I think he had this fun idea of doing that just with his son. It just evolved from there.
The concept for the Big Little Project is really to take a chef, take what he's known for, or she's known for, whether it's seafood or Southwestern cuisine, New Mexican cuisine, and do a series of portraits with their child or niece or nephew or relative or a close friend, and do big and little. So an Alaskan king crab claw and a shrimp, or a giant tomahawk steak and a tiny little lamb chop. And it's been really fun to come up with these ideas without repeating ourselves.
I think through the picture we take, you can really see the joy on both sides, from the chef and from the kid. Like you can see the bonding between the two. There's a lot of happiness, there's a lot of playing, and at the same time, a lot of it brings me back to be a kid.
Cooking with Kids is a great program that introduces kids to different cultures in the world. Focus mainly in food, but not only in food. But kids of lower income, they don't have the opportunity, and Cooking with Kids open that door. They give it the opportunity, not only the kids, but even the families. Many times the kid come with some recipe from certain culture, show to the parents with so much excitement, and the parents learn from the kids.
They learn how to cook with their teachers and their instructors from Cooking with Kids, but we're like a little extra jazz for the kids. So right away, the first thing they say to you is, are you famous? Second thing they say, are you on television?
So my big chef was my grandma Blejo, and she really taught me how to respect food from the garden to the table. And one of my favorite memories is shelling the lima beans and how to properly cook lima beans. That's what she taught me. And also how important it is to have family meal, to have dinner together, to set the table, put all the technology away.
There was this kid that was really shy, very, very shy. And even the teacher told me, he's just very shy. He doesn't like to get involved with the other kids. And I don't know, I said to her, let me just work with him. So I had him with me and with the group of the other kids, and by the time I left, he was so excited. He was running around, he was having fun. I was able to see the teacher, and she was crying, because she had never seen that before with this kid, and that was really a beautiful thing to see.
When you start off Kids with Cooking, the fun thing is to first of all, you have to listen. You have to listen to the things that they want to eat and the things that they are interested in, but at the same time, you want to build from that. So you start with the things that they're comfortable with, and then you can expand from them. Can you get them on the math of cooking it and measuring and things like that? You got them.
I think a Big Little moment is, I think they're rare, and I think they need to be celebrated. And the one with my niece, when we were, that night after we came into the photo shoot, we went home and we were making popcorn, and I was like, we need to measure the popcorn, and she goes, well, why? And I was like, well, if we put a full cup of popcorn in there, we're gonna have this much popcorn. And she was like, oh. And you could kind of see it click in her little first grade head. She was like, oh my goodness, this makes sense if we don't want to make that much, where there's only 4 of us. So she was like, oh, okay, and you could kind of see that epiphany happen. And I think it's a win for them, and it keeps them motivated and engaged.
But my biggest thing is getting them on the right track, getting them off the streets and giving them the opportunity that I got. I know a lot of people say, oh, I just want to help one kid. I want to make one difference in one kid. I want at least 20 kids I can make a difference in.
You can actually build in any lesson you want into a cooking class. We can teach history. We can teach about different cultures. Whatever you want can be built into a cooking class. And there's a lot of that within Cooking with Kids. This is not a vocational technical program. This is a program about education. If we can adjust their trajectory just a little bit, the course of their life can be so much greater.
We start with the kids, we start in the school, we start with a program like Cooking with Kids. You know, we want to have a healthy generation. Let's start there. Let's help Cooking with Kids.
We want this program to succeed for many, many years, and we need funding, plain and simple.
First of all, go to make you feel better. Was like go to balance whatever you do with karma. Second one, you have to think you are helping like young ones, and they still have to develop, and they're gonna be part of our society. You can give an example of generosity. Number three, like you go to have like a little ones maybe surprise you one day, and you come back home and you go to have some fresh cookies.
Cooking with Kids is feeding their mind, body, and soul in so many different ways. And not only that, but then they're taking it to their family and sharing it with their family. So it starts like a spiral and then works its way out, right? And that's the important thing, is how broad it goes.
I might say to somebody, look at what we do. Let me show you why this is such a good program. And then hopefully you'll be interested in it.
So if I wanted someone to participate financially in the Cooking with Kids program, looking for a donation or whatever, I would actually just go to them and steal their wallet. Hopefully they've got cash on them.
You like us, you love our restaurants, you support us, well then support this. And so it's another way for us to use our voice to help the little voices.
When they make a recipe and it comes out right, I really feel like that's the confidence that they need, and I think it gives them something, it gives them a boost, and kids today need it, especially with the world we're living in.
Sometimes their lunch is kind of what they have a day. That's kind of what they eat a day. Anything helps. Volunteers help. Donations help. The kids need it.
The need is great. There's a waiting list of schools that want Cooking with Kids, and we don't have the funding. For us to grow, we need funding. I mean, it's as simple as that.
I really hope that when people see the photographs of the Big Little Project, I hope they smile. That's the first thing. It's just, they'll stop and they see the joy that is on the faces of these kids. They're just having fun. The big chefs and the little chefs. It's what we bring to Cooking with Kids. It's what the kids bring, and it's what makes this whole program magical.
The first time you put your hand in mine, I felt the sunlight, I felt us come alive. Sail away.